Think I can win?
All depends on the jury, Carly. Pick the right jury and you walk. DA picks the jury and you get the gas.
Well, they look young, don't they? That was actor Matthew McConaughey playing Jake Brigance in the 1996 film A Time to Kill. The blockbuster hit was adapted from John Grisham's very first novel of the same name. Now the best-selling author is returning to Jake's story in his new book called A Time for Mercy. It is his third novel featuring the Mississippi lawyer. This time, Jake finds himself defending a 16-year-old accused of killing a local deputy. John Grisham joins us first on CBS This Morning. John, good morning. Welcome. What took you back to Jake again?
Good morning, Anthony. Good to see you guys again. I wish I could be in the studio in New York.
We do, too.
We're here on the farm in Virginia, and it's beautiful here. You know, A Time to Kill is my favorite book. It's my favorite locale. Those are my favorite characters. It's very autobiographical, and that's what I enjoy writing.
I have to say, I'm shocked to hear you say that. I mean, you've written 35 books. You've sold a gazillion books, and that's legitimately a gazillion. It's been certified. But the first one is still your favorite?
Yeah, for a lot of sentimental reasons, but it was also very autobiographical, and it was written at a time when I didn't know if the book was ever going to get published, and it was about, I was living that life as a small-town lawyer in Mississippi and struggling and dreaming of the big case, and so I'm very, a lot of nostalgia when it comes to A Time to Kill and Jake and those characters, and I love to go back there and write these stories.
In this book, Jake is given a case that he doesn't really want to take, in which a local deputy has been shot. You've been through this yourself when you were a lawyer, been assigned cases you didn't really want.
Yeah, in a lot of small counties, small jurisdictions in the country, there's no public defender's office. And so when there's a crime, especially a serious crime, the local judges have to assign the defense to the local bar. And I experienced it when there's a really terrible crime. The lawyers really don't want the cases because they're very difficult. This is a story about a dead cop in a small town, and no lawyer wants to step in for the defense. Jake sure didn't want to, but he was kind of forced to, and he gradually realized that it was him or no one. So he came to the defense of this kid and the kid's family, and we go to trial.
You, John, obviously this is a very contentious time in terms of the police and the justice system. Did that play into your thinking in writing this book? And has your own attitude toward the justice system changed in the years that you've been writing these books?
Certainly has changed. It goes back to about 15 years ago when I wrote a book called The Innocent Man, a nonfiction account of a wrongful conviction. And I think from that point on, I became more aware of all the problems we have with the criminal justice system. There are a lot of issues. I've written about a lot of them, and I will continue to do so because that's where my interests lie. But no, when I started the book, I was not really thinking about the police or those issues. It just kind of happened. And there's no real mystery here. In the first chapter, you know who killed who. And so the question becomes, how do you handle a 16-year-old kid charged with capital murder? The story takes place in 1990, and back then it was common in the death belt to put teenagers on trial for capital murder. And so the book sort of explores, the issues there. How do you handle these kids, youngsters who commit terrible crimes, and how do you protect the victims? And I don't really answer the question in the book because I don't know the answer.
Yeah. John, I wanted to ask you real quickly about, you posted a video of Matthew McConaughey about how he got the part in that movie, which you actually had approval on. And from what I understand, your wife played a critical role in that casting.
They sent us the old VHF tape. We plugged it in the VCR, and there was Matthew doing his screen test. And from the moment Renee saw Matthew, she said, that's him. He's got the looks, the charisma, the Southern accent. We had not seen him act, but we said, this is our guy, and he did a wonderful job.
Could you ask him, Anthony, why he looks like an ad in COVID? Why John Grisham, no matter where you are?
Kaylee says,
yeah.
You look like an ad for how to survive COVID.
Yes, you look like an ad for the good life, John Grisham. I can't wait to see your shoes.
We're in quarantine.
Yes, how do you do
We're
that?
in quarantine. We're on the farm in quarantine.
Quarantine never looked so good, John Grisham.
Another
Thank you
good
so much
book.
for being with us. A Time for Mercy is on sale today. We'll be right back.